But heading into match week 15, it simply is must win for Chelsea after that diabolical performance away at Ellen Road against Leeds United. Chelsea have an opportunity to once again put the pressure. Arsenal lost today to Aston Villa. We have to stay close to Villa at least by the end of match week 15. Leeds United. Well, Cole Palmer is back in the starting 11, which means our chances of scoring goals goes up multiple folds as we have an opportunity, real opportunity. With Manchester City playing at the same time today, there is no time for back-to-back defeats for Chelsea. And we're off and running for the start of kickoff. It is Chelsea in all white today against Bournemouth. Bournemouth heading into this clash in the back of wretched form. But the same could have been said about Leeds United, where Chelsea dropped a generational stinker. I mean, every player to the tee against Leeds United was terrible, so that cannot continue today. Maresca making 6 changes to that side just shows you how impressed he was with that garbage we served up here. I like the front three that is supplying to Liam Delap today. Liam Delap has to deliver for us today. The 30 million acquisition from Ipswich Town has not yielded dividends whatsoever. He's got Palmer behind him. He's got Neto and Garnacho. It's going to be relentless from Chelsea, and that's why you need a big performance from someone like Liam Delap. Joao Pedro gets some rest. Finally, he's been carrying the load for Chelsea's attack for so long. But in defense, we've got Wesley Fofana and Reece James back, and that automatically means we are a better side. Factually, objectively, the eye test, everything. When Reece James and Wesley Fofana are playing, Chelsea are better. I have a lot of respect for the way Andoni Iraola conducts himself. He really is one of the top managers in the league. What he does every time with his sides, even being decimated by transfers, still manages to get them to play at a high level. But this season, he really has gone through a difficult patch. Here's Malo Gusto in the number 10 position. It nearly broke for Liam Delap. Malo Gusto is Enzo Maresca's Swiss Army knife because of his versatility, where he can play pretty much anywhere on the pitch because of his technical security and ability to carry the ball. You'll see him pop up at right back mostly. But then he inverts into midfield. He'll also make those runs forward from the inside half spaces. Very versatile. Here's Enzo Fernandez, who needs to give us a big game here. One of the many people who were absolutely terrible against Leeds. I mean, Ethan Ampadu played against Chelsea for the first time in the Premier League since being released and dropped a masterclass on her head tops. It was really poor. With the team improving now, with the changes, again, we have one more game before Moises Caicedo can rejoin us in the league. Have to hold on here. Sanchez goes long. 6 clean sheets in the Premier League. Slowly but surely repairing his image, and his quality has improved. But he's still prone to those few mistakes. Every keeper is. But with Sanchez, it really is highlighted because of his past year. Decent ball for Evan Nilsson. Well defended there by Chelsea in the channels. Here's Scott. He's got a lot of space here. It's a low-driven cross. The touch from Evan Nilsson is poor, and it's a massive chance for Semenyo to score. Bournemouth have the perfect start, and Semenyo, who hasn't scored for 6 games, of course, scores against Chelsea. 3 minutes on the clock. A nightmare start. Well, I was just talking about how Chelsea are a better side defensively with Reece James and Wesley Fofana. Now, is that ball played early on offside? Because Semenyo isn't. This is a very clever pass into the channel here. Evan Nilsson's touch gets away from him. It is Trevor Chalobah with the very curious clearance here. It's gone straight into the path of Semenyo. That goal will stand. The only question is whether or not Evan Nilsson was offside before that. It's a good finish from Semenyo. I mean, 6 games without a goal. And Chelsea rock up and hand you the goal. Get you back into form. They're going to check for offside. Like I mentioned before, Semenyo is not offside. Evan Nilsson might have been. Chelsea will really catch life See, Reese might be playing him on. He's got his half the shoulder. I don't even know what's offside anymore with VAR, man. But Reese is the closest to play him offside. It's pretty poor there from Reese. He's caught on the left-hand side of the pitch and he is not watching the line. The skipper there. It's a tight call. You can see his knee also might be offside. I don't know. I'm hoping here. Please draw the lines in our favor. We need a leg up. Really do need a leg up. Can't afford to concede a goal away from home early on. VAR. Can they be our friend here? Let's have a look. First look, it looked offside, but then when you see Reese at the corner there, might be playing him on. Just draw the lines. Oh, put me out of my misery, man. Just give the goal. Oh, we catch life. We survive. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, Chelsea, you're so lucky. So lucky. We'll take it, but my goodness, wake up. Iraola, never celebrate too early. Unfortunately for them. But man, oh man, we catch life. Come on. Enzo Fernandez. A couple of quick duels here. Senesi playing as the centre-half, the Argentine. Last season they had Dean Huijsen and Ilya Zabarny, who have subsequently moved to Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, that is elite coaching, mind you. If you can get your players to travel in that stratosphere of clubs within a span of a couple of years. A right coach in the right environment can make all the difference in the world. Yes, Tavernier gets away from the challenge of Enzo Fernandez with pretty make. It's Tavernier! It's straight at Sanchez. It's beaten away, but the offside flag once again to Chelsea's rescue. Midfield, Chelsea pretty much open. I mean, without Moises Caicedo, we are finding out in real time how Chelsea can cope or cannot cope. Okay, there's a big hole there. Someone needs to go closer. Reece James immediately in the ear of the vice captain here. Yep, clearly offside. Reece James with a bit of a nudge there on Tavernier. Oh, this has been a hectic start. Very hectic from Chelsea. As I mentioned before, Leeds in the last 5 games not even close to winning despite creating a lot of chances. But wouldn't it surprise you that Chelsea, Charity FC as I love to call them, it's the season of Christmas and giving, and Chelsea love to give 3 points and get teams back into form. But then November was very good. Oh, Sanchez, high risk, my goodness. He somehow finds Wesley Fofana. My team's going to give me a heart attack, man. Jeez. Come on. Let's recalibrate. Still yet to play any football in this match so far. Bournemouth pretty much going man-to-man here in the press. You like that kind of bravery, don't you? They've got Justin Kluivert as well, right behind the striker. His ball striking from outside the box. Chelsea have to be careful in terms of closing players down here. They cannot allow them pop shot from distance. We saw Tanaka score for Leeds against Chelsea. Oh, Sanchez! You're going to kill us! Chelsea, my goodness me! Oh my God, we're going to concede, aren't we? Gusto does brilliantly. Chelsea lose the ball. Oh, it's an absolute mess. Reece James shows a bit of composure. Cole Palmer for the first time on the ball. Rob Sanchez has got jelly in his boots, man. Here's Palmer. Channel ball to Liam Delap. He's got Pedro Neto in the box. It's Liam Delap. Oh, nearly finds Pedro Neto. Clever pass. The fact that he saw the pass is a good sign there from Liam Delap. Here's Pedro Neto. He's got a box threat in Delap. We need to see those crosses in the box. Gusto. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Poor cross. Good pressure this from Chelsea for the first time, pinning Bournemouth back. It's taken 8 minutes, but better late than never. Cole Palmer. Get him on the ball as much as possible in those pockets. Better, much better this from Chelsea. Popping. Oh, as I say that, Cucurella gives it away. Careful, Cucurella. Don't pick up an early yellow card. That's the only thing that stops Cucurella from having a good game. If he picks up that early yellow, he cannot be touch tight as he likes to be with the opposite winger. Enzo Maresca. I think that loss against Leeds has given him a complete head loss. He shaved his beard off. You heard him in this press conference. He was spiky. It's good. It should shock the system. That kind of performance cannot happen if you're a serious team. Good pass there by the centre back, but Cucurella nips in. Cole Palmer immediately looks up. He's got runners in this game here with Garnacho and Pedro Neto. Garnacho eased off the ball there. And Bournemouth, first time with a bit of sustained possession themselves here. Liam Delap, we know that he will put a lot of pressure on the centre halves. Fairly, unfairly, you be the judge. Fofana reads the danger very well there. Reece James, quick scan. Again with Evan Nilsson and Justin Kluivert, that is a dangerous front two for Bournemouth. All they need is a sniff. They are dynamic players who can change the game very quickly. Palmer. Garnacho holding the width on the left-hand side. He's got Smith for company. Cucurella, Reece James thought about the shot, decides to just feed it to Enzo Fernandez. Malo Gusto is a very advanced position here, right at the edge of the box, while Chelsea build up, which means that Pedro Neto will have the width on the right-hand side. Good defending there from Jimenez. Well, Trafford rather, the left back for Bournemouth. He will have a difficult game against Pedro Neto. He's going to be running at him all game long. Channel pass there by Enzo Fernandez. Well held up by Liam Delap. Flashes it across. No one really waiting there, but better running this from Liam Delap. He's linking with Chelsea's forward play as well, especially with Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer, both looking for that early channel pass. Cole Palmer, first time ball in for Cucurella. Lovely touch here for Garnacho into the box. Garnacho, he's got options. The quality just lacking in the final action. But better this from Chelsea. The last 3 minutes or so, it's been sustained from the Blues. In white today. Really did catch life after that goal was ruled out. Antoine Semenyo scoring from close range after Evan Nilsson was judged offside. Yep, I told you, half the shoulder was the call. It's more than half the shoulder by the looks of it. We'll take it. Reece James, though, was caught ball watching there. Don't want him napping in those situations. Yep, the danger might not be on your side, but if you're not watching the line, it could be suicidal considering how high up Chelsea were pushing in that attempt to get out. Well, Andoni Iraola would have been happy with the early exchanges. Now would be slightly concerned with Chelsea finally getting back here. Fofana, great to see him back on the pitch. Long may that continue as I knock on wood. His front foot defending really does help us push up the pitch. He's aggressive. His ability to carry the ball is a very underrated trait as well. Lovely play again on the left-hand side. Garnacho's looked bright so far. Garnacho, a couple of step overs. It's Enzo Fernandez. Thought about the shot. Oh, that's a terrible pass. My goodness me. The fact that Enzo Fernandez took the ball away from Cole Palmer is one thing, and then to play a terrible pass like that is another. Again, Enzo needs to wake up here. Difficult couple of games, but we've seen him against Barcelona, Arsenal. He was outstanding, but he cannot have those highs and then those lows if you want to be a top-class midfielder. That's why Caicedo is just a level above, man. He very rarely dips below a certain standard. Even if Chelsea are not at their best, he really does help us. Again, Scott in midfield. He'll be happy that there's no Caicedo in midfield today, but it's Reece James with a cruncher. The two England colleagues, Scott, fair play to him, has gotten himself in Thomas Tuchel's England setup. May not start or even come off the bench, but the fact that you play for Bournemouth and you're representing your country in some capacity, I think he has played a couple of friendly games, if I'm not mistaken. Very good player. Fernandez does well. Fernandez's passing has been very off today. He has willing runners. I like when Fernandez and Garnacho play on the same side because Fernandez, for some reason, his passing to Garnacho is almost spot on every time. He gets the weight perfectly. But on the other side, it's been very poor so far. Here's Semenyo. Feeds it onto the right-hand side. Cucurella has not touched tight on this occasion. It's well blocked there by James. It comes to the fast stick. Bournemouth attacking for the first time was Jimenez, who's got the license to play as the right winger today. Generally plays as full back, but Andoni Iraola maybe wanting a bit more solidity considering his team have been leaking goals. Sanchez is a little too cool for my liking. Oh my goodness, Chelsea. I mean, we have seen the positives of it when he does play. The third goal that we scored, what was that, away from home? I fail to remember, but it just happened last week. Oh, it was Burnley, I think. That was a great goal, but if you see net, the positive and the negatives, it's not good, is it? Like, it's too much of a percentage game with him. Does good things, but is also capable of doing some extremely rash things. But this season, touch wood again, I've been knocking on wood for the Chelsea team all stream, but it has been much better. Evan Nilsson, lovely chest control there, but that is brilliant there from Wesley Fofana. It is Fofana, right? Often get him confused with Reece James. Yep, it was Wesley. He's so aggressive. You gotta love it. I mean, the way he throws himself into harm's way. He's been injured so much for Chelsea, but still plays with his heart in his sleeve. Oh, Liam Delap getting away from Senesi. Both players playing rugby there. Oh, Liam Delap, that is a terrible kick out. If he gets a yellow card for this Liam Delap, it is absolutely shocking. If he gets away with it, he's so lucky. Man, there is English privilege in the Premier League, that's for sure. He might get away with it, but that is so poor if he does pick up a booking. Yes, both of them are wrestling there, but Senesi just stiff arms him. Nothing wrong with that. Terrible from Liam Delap. That is thug-like behavior, man. What are you doing? Yep, you've pulled his jersey. He's got you there. It's so bad. It's a yellow card. He's so lucky. He's so lucky, man. I'm telling you, English privilege is a thing. If that's any other striker, tell me that's not a yellow. That's a kick out. They don't book him. That is shocking. I mean, it's not shocking, but geez, Chelsea have caught life on a couple of occasions. Once again, going back to familiar patterns, the number of red cards this season have been farcical, man. It's Evan Nilsson who runs the channel. Reece James with a stiff arm of his own. Goal kick for Chelsea. The only positive is 0-0. That's the only positive so far. We haven't troubled Petrovic in goal. Petrovic, of course, played the back end of the season when Pochettino was the manager for Chelsea. Imagine that, from the MLS to the Premier League. Some people can get it done swiftly here. And now, starting keeper for Bournemouth. Brilliant there from Liam Delap. Here's Cole Palmer. He's got options. Delays his pass. Oh my word. What is that, Cole Palmer? The fact that he does not release Pedro Neto early on, and the pass. Oh my goodness. Yes, he's rusty and you want to give him that release. Put the pass through. I mean, there's so much time, and finally when he does put the pass, it is shocking, and Enzo Maresca has got his hands in his head. It's never straightforward with Chelsea. Never is. Pedro Neto does well. Liam Delap, control the ball, bro. I mean, you're not asking for much. Here's Cole Palmer. Garnacho. He needs to get into the game a lot more. He started bright. Can't start fading now. Keep demanding the ball. Enzo Fernandez gets it back. Better from Chelsea. Just keep the ball. Reece James is playing left-sided centre-back here. Very surprised. I mean, he is versatile, but should be a foul there on Liam Delap. Couple of fouls there. Delap has made it stick better in this game. Diakite with the challenge, the French centre-back. Touch tie to Liam Delap. That is the way to play him. Can run at you. There's Cole Palmer in the half space. Thought about the audacious. Again, Chelsea just need to keep this simple here. Play on the ground. Be patient. Here's Cole Palmer. Again, he's got runners. Avoids them all. Pedro Neto. Cole Palmer trying to pick the lock open here. Goes for the safe pass on the right-hand side to Malo Gusto. brilliant play this. Malo Gusto somehow couldn't keep the ball under control. Again, Malo brilliant there with the 1-2 with Pedro Neto, but his touch just getting away from him. Pedro's pass could have been slightly better though. He fired it at Malo Gusto. And the fact that Sanchez has been relatively comfortable since that disallowed goal, another positive. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel, but I've got to take what I get here as Tavernier opens up here. Chelsea don't close the space, but Cucurella reads that very well, but loses out. Great strength shown on the left-hand side. Palmer pinches the ball. Again, he doesn't look for the quick release. Instead, he looks for the carry here. Cole Palmer. Accurate pass there to Pedro Neto on the right-hand side. Clip pass, fast take. Headers on target. It wasn't. Just over the crossbar. Cucurella, very good run on the left-hand side. Again, you want those kind of passes to go to Liam Delap over Cucurella. Fair play to him who busts his gut to get into the box. Pedro Neto with the left-footed floater. Good ball in, man. Good header. Decent chance. Half chance for Marc Cucurella. Has scored his fair share of headers for Chelsea. One against Manchester United last season. His most important one in terms of a really important goal. What is it? 4 or 5 Premier League goals last season? Very good return. Pedro Neto. And the idea from Maresca from Chelsea is to just be patient here. Surely a foul there by Semenyo on Malo Gusto. Yep, Chelsea bossing possession against Iraiola's Bournemouth. You expect that to happen. Again, possession counts for nothing. We had plenty of the ball against Leeds and it counted for absolutely nothing. Ooh, Semenyo's lucky he doesn't get booked here. That is a bad challenge on Malo Gusto. It's a stamp. Well, Liam Delap got away with one and Semenyo has gotten away with one. Both challenges probably warranting a yellow card, but keeps the game balanced, fair. We'll take it. Well, Semenyo thought that he finally broke his 6-game goal drought. Ball fell so kindly to him. I mean, since then Chelsea have kept the Ghanaian in check. Halfway through the first half. Since that disallowed goal, it has been incident-free. Poor pass there by Chalobah. Oh, he lets it go. Thankfully, Sanchez is there. Again, with Evan Nilsson buzzing around, cannot afford a lapse of concentration. Chalobah. Again, Bournemouth with the high press here. Chelsea invite it and then Sanchez goes long. Again, you want those passes for Liam Delap here, but Cole Palmer picks up the second ball. Palmer. Less said the better. Again, you give him time to grow back into the form that we know he's capable of having, but first half of it's been pretty poor. And Enzo Maresca, in terms of taking positives, will be clean sheets so far. We are prone to letting in some poor goals, aren't we? When we do concede, really are comical, really. That third goal against Leeds should never happen at the club. I'm sorry, but some things you just cannot expect. Palmer's done well, though. He is trying to retain the ball, but need a bit more in the final third. Reece James on the left-hand side doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence, but kept it moving. Our ability to progress the ball from the left-hand side without a left-footed defender is very, very hectic here. Malo Gusto should win the ball back. Oh, shows ridiculous amount of composure with the 360. Great spread on the right-hand side. It's Pedro Neto's good first touch. He's into the box. Pedro Neto cut back. Liam Delap gets the shot, but it's a meek shot. Better that from Chelsea. I think that was Reece James's pass, wasn't it? He just fired onto the right-hand side. Chalobah finds himself at right wing. Oh, it's a terrible pass. He's caught out of position. Bournemouth will look for the quick attack, but good play there by Enzo Fernandez. Bournemouth popped the ball brilliantly here on the right-hand side. There's Trevor Chalobah. Hopefully he's back into position. Onto the right-hand side is Jimenez. Fed onto the right-hand side. Chance. Oh, that's a ball into no man's land, thankfully. The Chelsea had enough players back. Bournemouth just the one attacker. So I'd be very surprised if he could have picked him out. Again, decent from Bournemouth, but not leading into anything else. Here's Pedro Neto. And Garnacho's been a passenger since that bright start early on. That is something that needs to change. Get him involved a lot more on the left-hand side. We are trying to play a lot on the right. And that's what happens when Reece James is playing as the left-sided centre-back, which I hope Cucurella will be moving into. Nope, doesn't look like it. Our progression is so much better because he can fire those crispy passes on his favoured left foot, either into the winger or into the half space. Reece James is capable, but he would prefer to play the pass on his right foot, his more assured foot. Enzo Fernandez, Liam Delap, how's your hold up? It's decent. Reece James. Chelsea's rotations in midfield is very good here, and Reece James at the halfway line. Oh, Cole Palmer might have let that go. He's looking not himself in the first half. Reece wanted to spread that onto the left-hand side. Cole Palmer intercepted it, but he lost his balance. He's been getting in the way of things rather than making things happen. Well, after Arsenal's dramatic loss in the last kick of the game, I celebrated that goal shamelessly, but then you realize that Aston Villa are 3 points behind Arsenal. What do we have to celebrate that goal about? A draw would have been nice, but a late heartbreaking goal? Always nice. What's up, Manish? No rhythm to Chelsea's play? Disappointing so far. Yeah, man. We can see how rusty Cole Palmer is looking as well. Nothing is going well for him in this first half so far. We do have a decent bench though with Gittins, Estevao and Joao Pedro, so we can improve attackingly. Oh, this is brilliant there from Wesley Fofana. Once again showcasing his ball carrying abilities. He's so carefree when he goes, man. He is... really do applaud that kind of bravery considering the injury history that he has for the club. You think that a player would try to be a bit more conservative, for a lack of a better word, but this guy goes full-blooded. Gotta respect that. Yep, disappointing half, but again, I think the bench for Chelsea really would help attacking-wise. We want to see that connection between Joao Pedro, Estevao and Cole Palmer as quickly as possible. Those three are our best attackers in terms of making things happen with combinations. It's Liam Delap running the channel again. Liam Delap with another foul there. He's going to be so lucky if he avoids a yellow card. Senesi is holding his jaw like he's been punched by a boxer. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Liam Delap, we know about him. I mean, Chelsea fans, we can't hide the fact that he plays the game extremely rough. I mean, it's not a punch. It's just a palm across his face. Very exaggerated by Senesi, but that is not warranting a yellow card. Might have been a bit harsh on Liam Delap, but he's earned that reputation, man. We need a bit more. He has linked up well. He's tried to feed the pass to Palmer. Palmer's not been able to make anything of it so far. Ooh, Semenyo's on the left-hand side, finding himself in so much space. Chelsea concede a corner. Is that the first corner of the match? I think it might be. This is a long ball that was just fed into the channel for Semenyo. Otherwise, pretty much getting a free shot from that left-hand side. Chelsea did concede from a corner against Leeds United. Bijol scoring. It was a free header for him. The near post is something that Rob Sanchez cannot afford to let the ball go. The wind is really picking up at the Vitality Stadium here. Adam Scott is going to use this to his advantage. Cross comes in. Sanchez punches. Good distance on it. Tavernier recycles it to Scott. got all the defenders still up there. Chelsea's defending. Didn't have to be good there because there's a foul. Again, it's those second balls from corners that Chelsea have had a problem. Not just this season, it's been a problem for a long, long time. When we've cleared the ball and tried to push up the pitch, if Bournemouth pick the ball up, all they have to do is float it towards the far stick, and they'll have a 2-on-1 situation or a free man there every time. Just play that early ball in. There's more chance that your players will be onside. Liam Delap seems to be holding his shoulder there. It's been a rough contest between him and Senesi. Two bruising styles of football. Throwback to the English game. Sanchez is good at this. The way that he shows aerial dominance in the box when Chelsea face set pieces. He's not afraid to come out and punch. It's not looking good here for Liam Delap. He's got his arm in a sling. I say sling is through his jersey, but if you're not able to get that mobility, I think with João Pedro, Chelsea will definitely play better up front. His link up with Palmer, yet to see that this season, but can't fault Delap's effort, but quality you can always call a spade a spade. Yep, João Pedro's. It's not João Pedro, it's Mark Guéhi. Mark Guéhi coming on for Liam Delap. It's a surprising show of faith. Again, Guéhi, like Liam, I think Liam Delap has popped his shoulder here. Might be a dislocation or something. Straight off into the tunnel, and Mark Guéhi will be coming on. Again, like Delap, you cannot fault his effort. Did set up the goal for Enzo Fernandez against Burnley. Again, a man who gives 100% effort, but this is a telling sign that João Pedro not preferred. I think Enzo Maresca might have had a plan in terms of minutes restrictions for João Pedro, but considering Chelsea have been poor here, and it is a must-win game, there is no saving him for something else. Good show of faith here as Mark Guéhi immediately makes his presence known. Barging into Senesi. Senesi would have been relieved that Liam Delap is no longer there. I don't think relieved in terms of that, but it's still going to be a physical battle with Mark Guéhi. Was that £5 million or €5 million acquisition from Barcelona? Has the last touch come off Wesley Fofana? I think it might have. Will be a corner. Fofana electing to be safe there, trying to shepherd the ball away, but Antoine Semenyo puts the pressure on, and Bournemouth had their second corner. More than half an hour played at the Vitality Stadium. Level peggings in the match so far, and very little to separate the two teams. Scott delivers, this time away from Sanchez. Chelsea defended better. Magui was there. Reece James is strong in the challenge, but he gets bullied off. It took two Bournemouth players to get him off the pitch there. Has the last touch come off the Chelsea defender? It has. And another corner for Bournemouth. With three in quick succession here for the Cherries. Chelsea have defended well so far. Can never take it for granted though. Yeah, thanks a lot guys for tuning in. Really do appreciate the moral support. I hope the result has to go Chelsea's way, man. There's no other way. You cannot have back-to-back defeats, especially against Leeds and then Bournemouth. Haven't lost at the ground for 3 years now. Bournemouth take it short. Palmer does well, and the last touch comes off the Bournemouth player. Well done there, Cole Palmer. Hasn't worked for him attacking so far, but just make yourself very much known. Put yourself about. Just because it's not working in the attacking sense doesn't mean you don't sprint back, don't help out defensively. Palmer did have that chance when the game was at 2-1 against Leeds United. It's a good play there by Garnacho on the left-hand side. The cutback was perfect on his left foot. It was a side foot effort. Like Palmer of old would have just buried that in the bottom corner. That one went wide, and then a few minutes later, Tosin did what he did. We're never going to speak about that again, that's for sure. And Mark Guéhi does well, but his touch, his layoff is not assured there. Not the best start, but again, putting himself about. Again, these are very basic things you're trying to hype up here. Putting yourself about, effort. Yeah, of course. Basics. Gotta get it done. It's so risky from Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez. Very good pass there. Mark Guiu tries to spin away from Senesi. He's not going to get the foul. Strong play there from the Argentine centre-back. Senesi with a brilliant line breaker. What a pass that is for Kluivert. Tries to get away from Reece James. Palmer helping out defensively. Here's Semenyo on the left-hand side. Augusto shows him the line. Oh, chance! And it's just wide. It is Evan Nilsson who was just charging in towards the back stick. Well, that's the risk of showing Semenyo the line because he's so competent on both feet. Gusto does the right thing. He prevents the shot, but Semenyo just drives that in. That is a brilliant save by Sanchez, but he's palmed it pretty much. He's got no reaction time. He's just got to get a hand to it. That's a brilliant save. And Evan Nilsson, if he gets that on target, it's 1-0 to Bournemouth. Somehow misses. He's got no reaction time either. That happened in a blink of an eye. Great save. Glaring miss, but Evan Nilsson just had to get there. Well, that's the best chance of the match. Chelsea catch life again. Again, look, you don't want to single out, pinpoint, but there are things that really do concern you. It's 35 minutes on the clock, and Garnacho got onto the ball for the first time since pretty much the 8th minute. And I don't think I'm exaggerating either. Palmer, channel pass. Palmer's passing has been poor. Just play the short passes, man. Just get yourself back into the rhythm. Yes, his brain will always be thinking that he's capable of hitting those passes, but sometimes I think even the coach has to try. You don't want to put a stifle on the creative players. You just want the creators to create rather, but sometimes as you're just trying to play yourself back into form, play those short passes. Just keep things moving. Make your impact with those final actions. Don't try to play hero ball. It's the last thing you want to see. Sanchez, that was a magnificent save. I mean, you've seen the good, bad and the ugly from Sanchez in this match already. Pedro Neto with good strength, but not able to get that away. Did get the goal against Leeds, which was ultimately a consolation. Gave us a bit of hope for maybe like 10 minutes, but does work hard. He scored a lot of goals for Chelsea, fair play to him, but again, sometimes his final action leaves a lot to be desired. We do have Giovanni Kenda coming in from Sporting Lisbon next season. Pedro Neto knows he is in the good graces of the coach, that's for sure. You can see how Enzo Maresca speaks about him glowingly in the press conferences and the post-match. Oh, Semenyo on the left-hand side. Tries to keep that in play. He can't. Goal kick for Chelsea. Well, at this stage, the only requirement from Chelsea is to get into halftime at 0-0. It's not even score a goal. Do not concede. Keep the game alive. I said this against Leeds United. I remember we were 1-0 down and said, that's it. This is the best case scenario from us. Just go into halftime at 1-0. Then we give the ball away in midfield. Enzo Fernandez's touch was terrible. And then Tanaka just slammed it in from distance. And then it was just game over. You knew 2-0 down away from home. Chelsea, no chance. Well, we've had 2 attempts, none on target. It's that Cucurella's header that's been the only real attacking chance that we've had. Half chance at best. Other than that, it's been pretty turgid going forward. Well, Liam Delap started the game, but he seems to have dislocated his shoulder. That's his second injury that he's picked up since joining the Blues from Ipswich Town. Scored in the Champions League, but in the league, yet to open his account. No goal, no assist. A lot of bullish play, but that ain't fooling me, man. Oh, terrible pass there by Cucurella. Garnacho thankfully gets fouled there. There's the captain Smith that just crunches into Alejandro Garnacho. Well, now Garnacho might feel that he's involved in the game. As I mentioned before, maybe half an hour. He's maybe had 2 touches of the ball. Palmer in the number 10 position. This is a very clever pass here for Pedro Neto. On the left-hand side is Garnacho. Keeping it short, keeping it simple. Pedro Neto finding himself on the left-hand side for some reason. It's Malo Gusto on the right-hand side. Gusto's header! No conviction whatsoever. did score against Wolves. Should have given him the confidence to really put his head through it. Instead, he tries to go across. Very good pick out this. Malo Gusto doesn't attack it. He overruns the cross. Gets his head to it, but nowhere near enough. I think that was Enzo Fernandez in the left-hand side number 10 position. Don't make anything of the throw-in. It'll be a comfortable gather for Petrovic. Hasn't had a shot to face against his former club. Every time Wesley Fofana lands when he's in the air, it does make my skin crawl, because you know what's happened to his knees and ankles in the past. But so far so good. 40 minutes on the clock. Just take it to half-time 0-0, please. Just bare minimum. I don't know what's happening in the Manchester City game. I've been thoroughly invested in the Chelsea match. Mark Guillou can't hold the ball up. The hold-up play from the Chelsea strikers today has been bang average. Nobody's closing Tavernier down, who scored from distance on multiple occasions in his career. Thought, why not? Takes it on his favoured left foot though, but it's a wild swipe rather than a precise hit. Well, Bournemouth have created the best chance of the match. That Evan Nilsson far post dash. If he could get that on target, it was 1-0. Very good save by Rob Sanchez. Bournemouth have had a goal disallowed for offside too early on, so in terms of chances created, it's been all Bournemouth. Clever there by Cole Palmer, finds Mark Guillou. He is onside. Want to give the ball to Palmer, but hasn't had his passing boots on so far. Enzo Fernandez, can he create from deep? He's kept it safe. He fizzes it to the right-hand side for Pedro Neto. Palmer thought about the floated pass. He's trying to be very precise here. He's trying to thread the needle. Again, with so many attackers, there is the best choice of pass Cucurella in that side? I don't think so. Palmer needs to be slightly more wise with his passing choice. He had so much time because he had every option available in his view. See Palmer getting a bit more, wanting to take the responsibility. Can he spread it? Good defending there from Trafford against Pedro Neto. Palmer pinches the ball here. It's Cole Palmer. Oh, it's not a good pass. It's Pedro Neto tries the curler. Both very poor actions there from Chelsea, but slightly better. Bit of individual brilliance might get us the lead heading into the halftime break. Palmer's threaded pass. Again, that isn't probably the right run there from Mark Guillou, because even if you do get the ball, you're so far away from goal. You're going to try and take it first time. It's going to be either blocked or gathered by the keeper. You want to make those runs inside as a centre forward. Yes, Palmer is in that position. Maybe even create that run away from the defender. Open the space up for Palmer. Channel runs in those areas, I wouldn't say pointless, but would kill a lot of our attacks. Pedro Neto working very hard. Again, can't fault his effort. He's up and down that touchline. Full pelt as well. Enzo just hoofs it forward. Mark Guillou up against Senesi. Oh, brilliant carry there from Scott, who just breezes away from Enzo Fernandez. Scott still not challenged. Twinkle toes, but excellent defending there by Wesley Fofana. He's been the one shining light for us. I think defensively, should have released the pass quicker. Good pressing there by Evan Nilsson. Fofana can't believe the throw-in went against him. But Fofana has defended well. Pedro Neto, again, wrong decision there. He tries to dribble. It's Tavernier on the left-hand side. It's on his left foot. It's Trafford. Fofana, again, brilliant. Good interception. Solid down that right-hand side. He knows that Semenyo's there. He's going to cause him all sorts of problems. Malo Gusto picked as well for a bit of security down the right-hand side. Semenyo has got the ball in the back of the net once. Lovely turn there from Semenyo away from Gusto quite comfortably here. Semenyo's powerful. Semenyo with the strike. Well over. Powerful running there from Antoine Semenyo. Well, he's so strong. Once he gets even, horizontal to you, laterally, he will bully you out of the way. Malo Gusto, again, fair play to try and get him there, but pound for pound, strength for strength, no chance against Semenyo. He will roll you, he will stiff arm you, so his ability to create separation with pure power, real weapon in the final third. Garnacho. Chelsea's attack can only improve in the second half. I'm convinced about it because of Jamie Gittins, Estevao and Joao Pedro. Needless foul there by Enzo Fernandez. I think Chelsea haven't picked up a yellow card in the first half so far. We're into stoppage time here in the first half. 0-0 the scoreline. 4 minutes of added on time. Take me to half time at 0-0, please. Please. I think Chelsea will figure it out in the second half. First half of games this season. I mean, we have 15 games in. It's a clear pattern. I'll talk about it in depth in a video that I'll probably do later on. But Chelsea's first halves, I can count in. Oh, decent. Oh, the passing there. Again, Cucurella, why do you play that pass on your right foot if you're trying to play such an advanced pass? Some of the decision making on the left-hand side. Poor there from Kluivert. The decision making from both players on the occasion. One from Cucurella. I mean, he can pass on his right foot, but you're trying to curl it away with that cultured pass. Try and do it on your left foot. Instead, he tries to play it on the right. It's easily cut out, and then Bournemouth have a chance. Oni is asking why is Semenyo left with so much space out wide. He can cause real damage. He's had space, yes, but I think it's to his credit rather than Chelsea allowing him space. I think against Fofana, he's had very little joy. Against Malo Gusto, he's had a bit more because Malo Gusto, strength-wise, can't compete. Semenyo has that burst away. We saw that effort that Semenyo had, which he just drilled towards the far stick. Gusto did the right thing there. He shows Semenyo the line because you don't want him to cut in on his right and then shoot. That just increases the percentage of scoring goals. Look, if Semenyo finds the goal from that tight angle on his weaker left foot, sometimes you just got to hold your hand up. So I think Gusto did well on that occasion, but Semenyo is doing very well in terms of creating the space for himself. Chelsea attackers could learn a thing or two in terms of how well he's used his burst against the defenders. And halfway through the stoppage time here, as Pedro Neto delivers, can Chelsea steal a goal before half time? It really would be a boost. I mean, an undeserved boost, but we'll take it. Enzo Fernandez spreads that out wide onto the left-hand side. Okay, one opportunity before halftime. Really change the halftime team talk as well. Almost everything is forgiven if you can just steal a goal before injury time here in the first half. Chelsea not showing much willingness. I think Enzo Maresca has pretty much echoed what I have been doing all of the first half. Just keep it at 0-0. Reece James. It's popped up in midfield now. Started as that left-sided centre-back, which didn't give us the balance. Oh, Cucurella's passing has been equally shocking so far. Cole Palmer gets bullied away here. Pass onto the channel onto the right-hand side. It's Kluivert. Chops in. Reece James' challenge has been cleared. And it's Fofana once again who does brilliantly. Palmer loses the duel on the right-hand side. Scott gets the ball. Chelsea in real trouble just before half-time. Scott with the effort. Punched away by Sanchez. Very good save. It's a strong wrist. Sanchez has kept us in this game here. Mark Yu does well. Again, Chelsea, masters of our own downfall. Cole Palmer, yes, you can lose duels, but against Adam Scott, who isn't physically imposing, is unacceptable, man. Garnacho gets bullied. Oh, my goodness. Blow the halftime whistle, please, referee. Chelsea in all sort of a mess here. Chalobah tries to nip in. Evan Nilsson gets the ball. It's a real mess at the back. It's Kluivert. Trafford on the left-hand side. Gusto allows the cross here, but he doesn't take the effort. It's Semenyo! Oh, it's punched away by Sanchez again. Side netting. Well, it's been Semenyo versus Sanchez, and Sanchez has come up trumps on every occasion, thankfully for Chelsea. And hopefully the last action in what has been a terrible first half from the Blues. Rob Sanchez has saved our bacon here. He has kept it at 0-0. Terrible away performance at Ellen Road, but in that game over 2-0 down, if Bournemouth were in form, they would put us away in this first half. Because they've had such a wretched run, no wins in 5, 2 wins in 10, that's why they haven't been able to capitalize, because Chelsea have dropped another nightmare 45 minutes away from home. Half time at the Vitality ground, my head's gone, it's 0-0. I need a break. Jeez, man. Again, I don't want to jinx it, but Chelsea have better attackers on the bench. That's the only thing that's giving me confidence. Esteval, Cole Palmer, Joao Pedro. We need to see that combination, and pronto. I want to see how... Look, I haven't been too overly critical of Enzo Maresca throughout this campaign, because I know what he's been working with and what he's been going against. Yes, he's made mistakes. He has to learn from it. It's only his second season at the Premier League level. So we're expecting Enzo Maresca to make gigantic leaps in very quick time. But that's the reality of the Chelsea job. You have to do it. Otherwise, you either sink or you swim, right? We've seen him be timid against Manchester United, down to 10 men. The substitution was shocking. You want to see him positively affect the game with substitution. This is one thing that I hold against Ruben Amorim. When Amorim makes substitutions, A, he makes them late, and B, when he makes the substitution, you just scratch your head wondering, what the hell is he doing? Look, Enzo Maresca is nowhere nearly as bad as Ruben Amorim in terms of changes, but sometimes you want to see him be proactive. Make a halftime. He's done it on multiple occasions. Karabag, he did it against Burnley as well, maybe because of fitness rather than anything else. But this is where you want to see him be a bit more brave and see that the game is there to be won. But Chelsea need to utilize 45 minutes in the second half, not the last 10 or 15 minutes. Take this as late as possible. Allow the pressure from Bournemouth. No, that is a reactive team. Chelsea cannot be that way. It's 0-0. We are lucky, fortuitous. Take that as an advantage, but do not allow what happened in that first half attacking wise, because the patterns were pretty much non-existent. It was just channel runs by Liam Delap and Mark Guiu. We saw Pedro Neto just float in a few balls into the box. Garnacho started the game well. By started the game well, I mean he gave us 8 good minutes and then completely faded out. That again cannot happen. Again, there's a connection rather, that works between Enzo Fernandez and Garnacho on the left-hand side. It's happened every time they've been on the pitch together. We put Fernandez pretty much on the right-hand side, so that means, and with Reece James as the left-sided centre-back, nobody's finding Garnacho, and he's just finding himself isolated. We're playing with 10 men. He's working hard in terms of closing players down, but attacking-wise, we're playing with 10 men, because since he's not been in the game, we have not used that left-hand side once. The only the chance that we created was on the left-hand side, but it was Mark Cucurella with the box crashing role. Again, not something that we need to see. There is a lot of scope of improvement in the second half. I'm convinced, and we need to see Enzo Maresca implement those changes. It could be tactical. It may not even be personnel decision, but you want to see certain things change. If you see the same patterns emerging in the second half, that means there's been no effect of the halftime team talk. The players have not responded to it, or the tactics have not been good enough. Andoni Iraola is a top coach. Don't let the league table fool you to show his caliber of coaching. Outstanding manager. He gets it right. He's got dynamic players. Kluivert, Semenyo, Evan Nilsson, they're all capable of putting the ball in the back of the net. Evan Nilsson came very close. Semenyo did it once, but it was ruled out offside. Sanchez has kept us alive. Sanchez and Fofana, defensively, these two players have been very good. Midfield has been non-existent for us. I mean, Moises Caicedo, we've got 45 minutes and another 90 minutes to survive without him in the league. We cannot do it without him, man. I mean, we're seeing teams in 19th and Bournemouth in 12th come and have a comfortable game in midfield. That cannot happen against Chelsea. No Andre Santos, he played just 45 minutes against, I think 45 minutes against Leeds, or did he play 90 minutes? I don't even remember. That was so far pushed in my memory, but doesn't get picked here because Enzo Maresca talked about how Andre Santos is the only real replacement for Moises Caicedo at this moment, because Romeo Lavia is not fit and Dario Esugo has suffered a setback from his surgery. So we might both see Lavia, you never know, but Esugo hopefully by the turn of the year. In midfield, Reece James has really had to step in. Enzo Fernandez can do so much better. This is not the Enzo Fernandez that we want to see here. As I mentioned, he has got two sides of the coin here. He can either be brilliant or he can be absolutely rubbish. That cannot happen. And I'm shaking my head because there have been 2 goals in every other game that is kicked off at the same time. Tottenham are 2-0 up, Everton are 2-0 up, City are 2-0 up, Chelsea. I think Enzo Maresca just needs to show the league table. That should be enough motivation. You cannot drop points, man. Look at Aston Villa. I mean, my first ever video that I had the courage of doing on YouTube was on Unai Emery. Might have been a strange choice, but I had so much conviction. That's why I decided to talk. He is such an elite manager, man. And I always say this, do not have hate in your heart, but if you have hate in your heart, have it the way Unai Emery has it for Arsenal. I mean, every time Arsenal know that they have to play against Unai Emery's Aston Villa, the team is up for it. It's almost like Emery decides that I might be tactically inept in few games here and there, but this game, there is no chance in hell that I'm dropping the ball. I'm going to get it spot on. Every decision I make is going to work. And every time he puts one over Arsenal when they need to win. Arsenal looking quite comfortable at the top of the league, but 1 week changes everything. They drew that game against Sunderland in the last gasp, Brobry goal. And from there, it has just spiked. Again, the draw against Chelsea was a poor one considering, yes, it's Stamford Bridge, but Chelsea played that game with 10 men for 1 hour. That should not be drop points for potential title challenges. That was drop points. And then against Aston Villa, you drop 3 points. Your second defeat in 15 games, but it comes at such a time where Aston Villa are 3 points behind league leaders Arsenal. Aston Villa could not buy a win, could not buy a goal to begin the season. Everybody was questioning Unai Emery. I never will bet against Unai Emery, that's for sure. He has not just sorted it, he has soared with the adversity his team found himself in. Again, his signings have not been good. I mean, this is another thing that makes Unai Emery elite, right? Look at his signings. He's got Victor Lindelof, Jadon Sancho. That 2 red flags. I mean, you don't go shopping to Manchester United, and B, you don't buy their cast-offs. I mean, Aston Villa have somehow messed up their recruitment, got those 2 in, and they're second in the league. Tell me that's not the genius of the brilliance of Unai Emery, man. His midfield balance, the way he gets his team playing, his central progressions, defending, Pau Torres, excellent as that left-sided centre-back. Onana, Tielemans in midfield, great balance. You got McGinn, who's their trusted soldier, Watkins, and of course Morgan Rogers. I mean, but did you see that Buendia goal? I mean, scoring a late winner must be the best feeling a footballer can have, but scoring it in that manner, hitting it so clean. I mean, Buendia's going to leave in the summer. Unai Emery said you can leave, but he said, no, I'll fight for my place. Look at that, scoring big goals. That's what, man, I think professional footballers, not just football, I think it applies for many sports as well. A manager can just make or break your career. You go to the right one, you go to the right club. Scott McTominay is a perfect example. I mean, a coach, a serious coach, a right environment can just make or break your career. You can either just settle in mediocrity or just cannon up forward in your trajectory. Halftime changes. I wouldn't bet it again. You see, he's not going to take off Neto. He's not going to take off Garnacho. He needs to bring on Estevao. Palmer's not coming off. Midfield, Santos maybe. Reece James coming into right back. This might be a weird choice, but I think if Chelsea gets someone like Benoit Badiashile as that left-sided centre-back, our ball progression will be a lot better. Badiashile against Liverpool. Do not introduce me to a vibe you cannot maintain. That was outstanding against Salah. The way that he defended the channels, his passing, everything was just... He gets injured, comes back, starts against Leeds, gets hooked. That's how quickly things can change. Well, it's taken 15 match weeks and we have first goals for Tierno Barry for Everton and Xavi Simons for Tottenham Hotspur. Incredible. Again, better late than never, as they say. Is this like moments where you can really kick on as a player? Barry moving from France, Simons moving from Germany. Again, wins for Everton. They beat Manchester United away from home, down to 10 men. Very impressive by David Moyes. He's got some ballers in his team, man. Dewsbury Hall, Grealish, and Njai. And I've named them in descending order because Iliman Njai is an absolute baller. And I think the only trick that David Moyes is missing here is moving Iliman Njai from his natural position. He's playing him as right winger. He does not belong on the right hand side. He can play anywhere on the pitch, make no mistake about it. He's a maverick, but on that left-hand side or as a number 10 is where he should be playing. And again, Grealish, his preferred position is on the left-hand side. Dewsbury Hall maybe can play on the right-hand side, but you have to try and focus your attack and center it along Iliman Njai, that's for sure. Sure, David Moyes has the experience, but sometimes the likes of Grealish, coming from such an experienced club like Manchester City with all the silverware that he's won, might want to hand him the keys, but it's got to be for Njai. But fair play to Everton, man. Got some good players, solid manager, always a problem playing against them. Manchester City are 2-0 up and Erling Haaland hasn't scored either. Well, it is going to end, isn't it? Josko Guardiola and Ruben Diaz scoring for Manchester City. City win today. Is that 2 points behind Arsenal? It's 2 points behind Arsenal. Look, Arsenal fans are going to have PTSD every time. I mean, they would have felt that Manchester City may not be a threat. City dropped, what, 2 games against Tottenham Hotspur and Brighton back-to-back. Then had a good run of fixtures, then back-to-back defeats again. But City have found their rhythm, man. Yes, defensively, they might be suspect and concede goals, but they will score goals. If Haaland isn't scoring, Foden has now started to find his feet. Guardiola is always a threat. Plays more of a centre-back now. But yep, Jeremy Doku, all game changers for Manchester City and Pep Guardiola. Chelsea back underway for the start of the second half here. João Pedro is getting a little bit of a talking to with Cole Palmer, but João Pedro isn't going to be coming on. I wasn't expecting João to come on anytime soon. Again, I don't see the camera panning to the subs bench or any player potentially coming, which means that Chelsea will be heading into the second half with the same starting 11. Well, not same. Liam Delap, of course, came off for that injury. Magiu taking his spot, yet to register a shot or an action in the box. Well, Bournemouth heading into the second half would feel that they've had just the better of the exchanges in that first half. Maybe not in possession, but in terms of chances created, getting the ball in the back of the net, and coming very close, courtesy of Evan Nilsson, who kicks things off for the start of the second half. Bournemouth will feel they were slightly hard done by in the first half. If Andoni Iraola must be cursing his luck with some of the chances that Bournemouth have spurned, not just in the game but in the run in the last 10 games for Bournemouth. Just the 2 wins for him. Winless in the last 5. I said pretty much the same thing against Leeds, where Leeds were 6 losses in 7, winless in 5, looking in all sorts of trouble, and they totally outplayed us, and deservedly so. That's a foul there by Scott on Fernandes. Well, the battle of the 2 number 8s was won by Scott, and it wasn't even close, was it? Enzo Fernandez played some safe passes in the first half. Scott just ran the show, where he collects the ball in those pockets. Those line breakers make it easier for the centre halves. Again, Diakite and Senesi have been rarely threatened. I think for them to play against someone like Liam Delap and Mark Guiu would be so much better than playing against someone like João Pedro. Doesn't rely on his physicality, but he's got those touches that could be very awkward for centre halves. Reece James does well, but his header is pretty poor. It's Kluivert. He's not marked here. Reece James doesn't lose his man here. On the left-hand side, Semenyo. Taverniers just wide. That could have been 1-0 to Bournemouth straight away to start the second half. Andoni Iraola just goes back to his bench in disgust. He knows this is a brilliant chance. Reece James in midfield, defensively not looking good on that occasion. Semenyo does so well to set it up first time. Completely unsettles the defense, and it's on Tavernier's favoured left foot. He's got time and space, but he drags it wide. Chelsea get away with murder. We haven't woken up. Not even close. Well, Chelsea fans, real Chelsea fans know when you see their team for the first 10 or 15 minutes that it's not going to happen today. I didn't have that kind of a feeling today. I don't know why. I think the only reason is because of Bournemouth's form, man. If they were in slightly better form, they'd probably put us away by now. That's for sure. Sometimes form can work against you. Guiu does well. It's a good pass there to Pedro Neto, thankfully. And Neto driving against Trafford. Pedro Neto. Oh, what is this decision making, man? He goes all the way back and he gives the ball away. No way. Thankfully, Gusto keeps it in. He does it. Pedro Neto, that is shocking. I mean, you have an attack. You're double teamed and that is the pass you play. But thankfully, Chelsea have the ball. Palmer, my word. Chelsea's passing has been garbage today, man. Evan Nilsson dropping deep here, making Reece James' life a living hell out there. Long spread forward. Fofana and Sanchez should deal with it. Sanchez does. And it's a very good pass to Enzo Fernandez. Brings it down brilliantly. Finds Palmer. Gets away from Diakite. Palmer onto the right-hand side to Pedro Neto. Can we get a goal we don't deserve? Pedro Neto drives. Punched away there by Petrovic. Well, Pedro Neto, despite not playing well in games, just finds the goal somehow. We need one of those performances here. Very lucky not to be 1-0 down, but Petrovic finally having to make a save. Pedro Neto is just trying to drive that low towards that near post, trying to sneak it past Petrovic. Ooh, the ball breaks kindly here for Palmer. Good feet. Chelsea was finally an attempt on target. Only taken about 50 minutes, but jeez. Here's Garnacho on the left-hand side. Couple of step overs. Palmer, oh my word. Palmer's passing is getting worse and worse. It's going to take a brave man to do it, but I think Palmer's got about 15 minutes before he comes off. I mean, yes, you don't remove your best creator, but what has the best creator offered in this match? You have to look at it objectively sometimes. Here's Pedro Neto. Ball into the box. Header is just wide. Hit the bar there. It's Garnacho's header. Just wide. Never looked like it was going to go in. Again, Cucurella and Garnacho have had the headed opportunities. Good ball again by Pedro Neto, and it has hit the cross. It has hit the post here. Good leap there by Garnacho, but hits the outside of the post. Fair play to Alejandro Garnacho, getting himself involved in the box. If he is being ignored out wide, at least get yourself in the box. Sanchez, oh! Thankfully, it wasn't a short touch. Does have a good touch for a keeper. Just contributes to his overconfidence sometimes. Reece James finds Palmer. Good pass there for Garnacho. Lovely first touch there from Alejandro Garnacho. Opens up here. Guiu lays it off. Fernandez! It's a weak effort. Petrovic now having to make a few more saves. Better 5 minutes into the second half from Chelsea. Now trying to be more threatening, more direct here. Fernandez had to dig that ball out. Pedro Neto was asking for the ball, but he was too far away. Ooh, Malo Gusto, what a challenge that is. High risk, high reward. Was lunging in there. It was a perfect challenge. Pedro Neto, please make the right decision. He does. He gives it to Cole Palmer in the number 10 position. It's Cole Palmer! It's another save by Petrovic. Doesn't have the power from Palmer, but it was on target. Tries to find the bottom corner. Palmer getting more and more involved here. Against Chelsea with 3 attempts on goal. Much, much better in the second half. Here's Scott. And Enzo Maresca still needs to be proactive here. Cannot let the game drift. Scott, well defended there by Chalobah. Here's Kluivert. Again, we said this early on in the match. Cannot allow Kluivert to have shots from distance. Here he is on the right-hand side. Fizzes the ball across, but there's nobody attacking it. Malo Gusto. Well, we conceded against Leeds from a similar position where Malo Gusto decided to give the ball to Tosin. Gusto instead decides to go long. Mark Guiu not able to hold the ball here. Again, that change has to come for João Pedro. Yes, he came on as a sub, but it's Jimenez. It's punched away. Again, it's Sanchez with a magnificent claw away. He has just been top notch in terms of shot saving. Here's James. Oh, what a terrible pass. Scott picks it up. Oh, that is criminal, man. Michael Oliver gets involved. He puts his hand up saying there's nothing much he could have done. Reece James, you are so lucky. Iraola cannot believe it. You will feel so hard done by because there's an acre of space. Reece James is completely out of the game here. Wow, we are so fortunate. You can see Reece James just trying to shock himself back with focus and concentration. You cannot lose the ball and not like that. Chelsea have been so lucky, man. Iraola is on his knees there. He's fuming with that call, but you know referees, rule of the law and all that, but if you're smart and switched on, you let that go on because that is a clear advantage for the opposite side. It's when you need a bit more sense. Mark Guiu up against Diakite. Only going to be one winner there. Again, Mark Guiu has been on the pitch for a while. Are we going to gas up effort? Oh man. I want to see quality. We need to see goals from our centre forward. We've got to bring on João Pedro and Estovao. Minimum. He may not want to take off Pedro Neto and Garnacho, but Gittins is slowly starting to get involved in terms of goals and assists. These are the kind of games where you just have the worst performance, but just get out with a goal somehow. The performance hasn't suggested, but just looks difficult, man. Again, Scott has so much space. You need Andre Santos in midfield as well, I think. That's a change we have to make. Gusto goes lunging in. Again, Malo Gusto has been slightly reckless with his choice of challenges, but so far it's worked. But it's a corner for Bournemouth. They're first in the second half. They had 3 in the first. This game has been far from comfortable here for Chelsea. So far defended the set piece as well, but all you need is one of them to work. We haven't had a corner so far, but it's our 4th that we've had to defend. Scott has taken all of them. Sanchez, easy gather. Does make you feel safe. It's a quick release. Lovely pass there from Palmer. Chelsea on an unlikely counter-attack. Enzo Fernandez, that is criminal. I mean, he's going to put his hand up in apology, but my goodness me. It is not even close. I mean, I hope that was intercepted. Because if that is not intercepted, that is the worst pass you'll see in the match. Enzo Fernandez has improved in so many areas for Chelsea. His output has been excellent. He's been the best in 2025 for the Blues. So we cannot underestimate or take that out of account. Scores some big goals. He gets involved. But what he isn't is a controller. I think that part of his game has been taken out. He came to Chelsea. He had the number 5 on his back. And then he was playing as the deep-lying playmaker. That went out the window. He is capable, like I said, when he's alongside Moises Caicedo, he can, with Caicedo being that natural controller, that natural defensive midfielder, the glue of our team. But Fernandez on his own cannot do it. Good header. Oh, the header was pretty poor there from Guiu, not having enough juice on it. Jimenez gets away from Pedro Neto so easily. It's cleared away. It's Semenyo, lays it off. Trafford, brilliant block. I think that was Reece James who gets it spot on. It's Garnacho trying to kick and run forward. Pedro Neto lets it off. This is brilliant from Chelsea. Garnacho cannot get there. What an effort that was from Senesi. I think he's pulled a muscle and done some damage to him. He went lunging in there and he got it spot on. Garnacho had the pace, but Senesi had the belief. Great challenge. He would have hyperextended maybe his thigh muscle there, but absolutely worth it. That is saving a chance from the halfway line personified, because Garnacho was just looking to open up into the central areas. I would have forgiven Enzo Maresca for not making a half-time sub, right? We're heading into the 60-minute mark. He's got 2.5 minutes. As I say that, João Pedro's coming on. I said it would have been unacceptable for Enzo Maresca to wait any longer. And fair play to Enzo Maresca. Fair play. Yes, it may go against him, but Cole Palmer has come off. Rightfully so. Get him back in the lab. Work on things again. Get your fitness again, because he dropped a 0 on 10 today. He got a shot on target, sure, but a 0. I mean, we're not going to sugarcoat things here, but with João Pedro now, he's got a focal point in Mark Guiu. Can he combine? I'm disappointed that it's only one substitute, and I hope that Estevao or Jamie Gittins is coming on as well, because one substitute is not enough. I think a triple substitution at the last half an hour would be ideal for Chelsea. Hear me out here. Andre Santos coming in midfield. I think Reece James or Malo Gusto can come off. Reece James maybe at the right-hand side. Malo Gusto coming off for Andre Santos. Yep, João Pedro's coming on, and Estevao Willian for Pedro Neto is a no-brainer. Or yes, you want to keep the defensive shape, push him on the left-hand side, take off Garnacho, but Estevao on the right-hand side. He only played 45 minutes against Leeds United. He's fresh, he's ready, he should look to attack. As diabolical as Chelsea have been in this match, it's still there to be won. Yep, Monish, I absolutely agree. I mean, Estevao will change the game, man. Yes, we were hoping that his combination with Cole Palmer would have happened at some point in this match. But the way that Cole Palmer stunk the joint up, I'm glad that Estevao didn't play. Now, with João Pedro, they might have that bit of Brazilian connection going on. Let's hope. The game is still there to be won. I mean, this is me being ultra positive for no reason really, other than just pure belief and hope. Well, no goals in either one of the games that have kicked off at the same time since halftime. Everybody else has a 2-goal cushion. Chelsea desperate for one here. Again, drop points would really put us in a tough position here. James punts it forward. Again, not much direction in it. Yeah, Monish. I mean, Estevao definitely, but I think Andre Santos should be trusted here. Yes, didn't have the good game against Leeds, but Not against Barcelona when he came on at halftime. He was outstanding. Yes, against 10 men, he had the time and space. But these are the kind of games you really do grow as a player. Difficult times, can you step in and improve your team when they need you the most? You're expecting a lot from the young Brazilian talents, and they are top talents. These are the games, you need a spark, man, because it's not going to happen otherwise. Fofana has been excellent. Brilliant header. Finds Garnacho, who's on the right-hand side here. João Pedro's peeled onto the left-hand side. It's Mark Guiu. Thought about the shot. Mark Guiu with another weak attempt. Well, Chelsea have fired more shots in the second half, but they have been comfortable saves for Petrovic. And Mark Guiu getting a shot away. Bare minimum you want from your centre forward is to get shots on target. So that's Senesi again, who's on the ground. Did hyperextend himself with that slide challenge. Yes, it is the Argentine centre half. Bournemouth might be forced into a change here. And this is where Enzo Maresca needs to grab the game here. It's there to be taken. Can you influence the game with your substitutions? Can you make crucial in-game movements? Move the pieces around. Earn your money. Well, James Hill, the centre half, ready for Bournemouth. Don't remember seeing much of him, but Senesi has been excellent. He's kept a clean sheet as he leaves the pitch. He will be disappointed not to see this through. He is one of Andoni Iraiola's trusted soldiers. But we have seen these random substitutions coming on and scoring against Chelsea. I really hope it's not one of the centre-half who score for Bournemouth from their corners. They've had 4 so far. Chelsea have had none. It's been a painful watch. It reminds me about last season, was it, where Christopher Nkunku scored in the 87th minute? I really am trying to scratch my head whether or not that's right. But it was a game that really lacked Chelsea's attacking input, but it was a Sancho pass to Nkunku for the goal. Both players, of course, not at the club anymore. One at Aston Villa and one at AC Milan. But we need some sort of a similar connection. Just a moment of magic. Really hope that is Estevao on that right-hand side. But we're putting him under a lot more pressure the less minutes we do give him into the second half. Nice pass there by Cucurella. Much better this from Chelsea. Here's João Pedro. Will definitely make it stick a whole lot better. We need those final actions from João Pedro. He has scored some important goals for us. The goal against Tottenham Hotspur was crucial, but that was all about Moises Caicedo, wasn't it? Got one more game after this without Moises Caicedo in midfield, and Chelsea have just gotten a nice taste of life without Caicedo in midfield. Never again. But it's a blessing in disguise for him, really, because both the coach and the player have complained about the pain in his knee. I mean, Chelsea's usage of Caicedo has been borderline criminal. He's had, 10 or 12 days of pre-season. He starts every game for us, plays 90 minutes, whether or not the result is in the bag or whatever the circumstances. He is Maresca's midfield general. That red card against Arsenal was really heartbreaking because Chelsea were playing so well leading up to that red card. We had Arsenal's number. I'm convinced we would have won the game. Somehow we drew it, and that was great character that we showed, but a draw against Arsenal, a loss against Leeds, and then drop points against Bournemouth. I mean, our November was so good that you just knew that December, the blip is coming. Isn't it? We had it last season where we couldn't buy a win. For December and January. It started on the 25th of December, if my memory serves me right. It was that Muniz goal against Fulham. It's funny how you remember certain things. Fulham got the 2-1 victory against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and that began a run for us where we just looked horrible. I really hope we don't have one of those runs again. It is looking like it's going to start. Maresca was nominated for Manager of the Month in November. That's not going to happen in December, that's for sure already. Well, a draw again between Aston Villa and Arsenal would have been the best possible result for us. But now it's Aston Villa and Manchester City who are getting clear daylight away from us. Arsenal at the top is unreachable. I mean, title hopes, forget about it. I mean, we're nowhere near the levels, but I feel we need to stay within touching distance of second. That would be a good season for us. Great burst on the right-hand side. Why doesn't he put it first time, man? Pedro Neto, when he stops and thinks, decent ball. He's a quick action player, if you know what I mean. He's great at running at the defender. He needs to make decisions quickly. Once he puts his head down and has something to think, really is poor, man. It's almost a hit in hope from Pedro Neto. He doesn't have the guile. But when he's that quick action player, just in the box, first time ball in, like Garnacho has done. Oh, there's a chance! Marquis skies it. It falls so kindly to him. He has to do better. Get that on target at least. He has skied it. It's terrible technique. Weaker left foot, sure, but my goodness me. Cucurella's decent touch. I mean, it's behind him. He's trying to just leather this into the top corner. It's nowhere near. You know, I do sympathize with Enzo Maresca, man. Look at the strikers we have at the club. Liam Delap and Mark Guiu. And we're trying to make title talks. Get out of here, man. You have to be realistic. João Pedro was bought as probably a backup number 10. But the way that he just excelled at the Club World Cup just completely changed our plans. We went for Facundo Buonanotte instead as a backup number 10 for Cole Palmer from loan from Brighton. He has barely touched grass after the start of the season that he had. It's a good challenge there by João Pedro, but it looks like Pedro is more at home in the number 10 position. Pedro Neto gets a bit of separation. Kid cross it first time. Why does he take that extra touch? He's created separation, put the ball in the box. He takes an extra touch and it's a terrible ball in. It's got to be Estevan Willian for Pedro Neto, man. You just even think about just sacrificing this game in terms of losing it. Because a draw doesn't help us, really. Oh, Scott has just breezed through. It's a brilliant challenge by Malo Gusto. This is his third challenge that he has taken. High risk. And all three have seemed to have paid off here. Malo Gusto, well done, man. It's brave defending. Oh, it's brilliant from Malo. Wesley Fofana, for the first time, has been absolutely sent there. But Malo Gusto on the cover, wrong side as well. That is magnificent. Credit where credit is due. Cucurella with a needless foul there. Again, he's going away from goal. Why would you foul him? It is such a brain-dead decision, man. Jimenez getting the needless clatter on his shins. Again, he's away from goal. Why would you foul him? So stupid. Thankfully, Bournemouth don't launch it into our box, but they do have possession now. Enzo Maresca, I mean, he has made a sub in the second half, but it just feels too little, too late, and far too less. I mean, this is where you need Andre Santos and Esteban. Just Esteban is not enough here. Our midfield has been ran through here. Reece James and Enzo Fernandez, that combination, I don't think we should be seeing it again. Lovely. João Pedro works it very well. Yes, quick release here, please. It's a carry. It's a long carry. He's been clearly fouled there by Justin Kluivert. I don't think it would be a yellow card. But again, João Pedro, release. You've done the hard work. You've kept it brilliantly. Just release on the left-hand side. He goes for the extra carry. We lose our momentum. And it's just going to be a free kick. I mean, quick actions, man. Pedro Neto doesn't do it. We need João Pedro to do it too. Taking the free kick quickly. I mean, again, see, the momentum is gone. Now Bournemouth have everybody behind the ball. Chelsea are going to try and hopefully lump this into the box and get something to work. Enzo Fernandez changes the angle of the free kick. It is a terrible ball in. Enzo Fernandez's second half hasn't been any better. And question marks need to be asked about Enzo Fernandez without Moises Caicedo. Then again, Moises is so good that he makes a lot of players look better than they actually might be in midfield. Yep, without Moises Caicedo, fully exposed in midfield. Well, 70 minutes on the clock. I knew karma would bite me, you know. I celebrated that Aston Villa goal a little too much. Yes, it's my hate for Arsenal, I admit, but jeez, man, the punishment has been severe. It's not yet severe, we have not conceded a goal. Again, the only positive has been we've not conceded a goal. But this game is very much open. If Bournemouth score, I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. I even would applaud them, you know. Fair play. You've gone through a wretched run. You need a victory. Get it against Chelsea. Break your 3-year drought that you haven't picked up a win against the Blues at your own stadium. Best opportunity. Chelsea winless in 3, and if he somehow end the week, match week 15 and top 4, I mean, the other clubs should be ashamed of themselves. Here's Cucurella on the left-hand side. Garnacho. Don't shoot, don't shoot. He decides to shoot. It was always going wide. This is the Garnacho of Manchester United, where he had the license to shoot from wherever he wants. Fair play, he hasn't taken those habits to Chelsea. He has been a lot more responsible with his actions. But that's his first shot. 70 minutes, you kind of let that go. But next action better be decisive if you're all going to shoot. As you say, you're allowed one of them. Gusto has been very good. For all the difficulties that Semenyo threatened to pose. Excellent pass there by Enzo Fernandez. Lovely line breaker there to Joao Pedro. It's Pedro Neto. Again, delays his decision. Decent ball in. Cleared away comfortably by the right back. Jimenez, who comes across. Chelsea deal with Evan Nilsson pretty well there. Wesley Fofana. Just that one action against Adam Scott. Apart from that, he's been near flawless. Reece James. Again, Enzo Maresca. Could you be braver here? Game is there to be won. The sucker punch to Bournemouth is there to be given, man. But we haven't seen the bravery from the coach. Pedro Neto. Again, when he slows the play down, it really is an eyesore, man. Not going to lie. Again, works very hard. The running up and down the touchline is fantastic. Scores some important goals for us. But there are some glaring deficiencies. Gusto plays a nice pass there to Reece James. Surely a foul. No, it isn't. Kluivert wins the ball comfortably away from James. Onto the left-hand side. Here's Semenyo. Malo Gusto yet to engage with Semenyo. Now Semenyo on the left-hand side. Goes on the outside. Cut back. Well defended. Brilliant defending there by Reece James. He had to make up for losing the ball in the midfield. Throw in for Bournemouth. Heading into the final quarter, the final 15 minutes. It's Bournemouth who are making the double substitution, man. Brooks, very good player. That left foot could be very dangerous. Justin Kluivert coming off. Kluivert and Jimenez, both off. Good substitutions here from Andoni Iraola. Brooks and Adley coming on for Bournemouth. Amin Adley and David Brooks. Throw in, flung in. Again, Sanchez brilliant. You love to see these kind of patterns where he's so commanding in the box. Takes all the pressure away. And he sets up the quick counter-attack too, if you've noticed. Chelsea keep the ball well. Reece James finds Cucurella. Again, heading into the final 15. It's substitution time. Enzo Maresca, please. Garnacho, that is so poor. I think his race is run too. He's just making poor decisions. It's not even in the final third, in the middle of the park. It's Scott again. He looks fresh as a daisy on that right-hand side. Well defended there by Chalobah. Getting in each other's way. Might be a foul. It's Cucurella, finds an excellent pass. Come on, Garnacho. All will be forgiven if you can get a good action here. On the left-hand side. Goes on the outside. Gets away from Hill. Good defending. Clever pass there by Garnacho. It's Enzo Fernandez. Keeps it short. Pedro Neto. How many touches are you going to take, my friend? He's waited so long for Gusto. Again, slows the attack. It kills our momentum. Pedro Neto needs to come off as well. Gittins, Estevao, Andre Santos. Go for it. Enzo Maresca. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Garnacho. I have nothing to say. I mean, if that is not a live example for Enzo Maresca to make the triple substitution, I wouldn't know. He's on his haunches. He's even telling you, please take me off. I'm going to say it's a disguised effort to try and shape that into the corner. It was a terrible shot. Come on, Enzo Maresca. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for Bournemouth to score? The game is open. It's the Premier League, man. Any team is capable of scoring at any time. Good pass there by Petrovic. If he's going to get a clean sheet against us, I'm going to be fuming. Yes, he did. I mean, his stint in goal was nowhere near enough being Chelsea's keeper. Maybe better than Jorgensen. I don't know. But Jorgensen is pretty terrible keeper himself. Again, it's just the one substitute here from... Enzo Maresca has lost me in this game, man. Questionable. I mean, yes, Estevao was fully capable of turning the game, but on his own, why? What has Pedro Neto done to stay on the pitch? Yes, Garnacho has to come off. Probably Pedro Neto on the left-hand side can make those decisive actions on his favoured left foot. Estevao definitely on the right, but Gittins, Estevao and Andres Santos, I'm so convinced that would have been the triple substitution to give us any chance of winning the game. This game is open. This game can be won by either team. Chelsea have not, slightly better in the second half, but that is extremely generous and probably biased from my end. I'm going to be honest. The first half was absolutely trash. So Chelsea somehow, as it stands in fourth, but we are 5 points behind third place Aston Villa. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. City are in 31 points. Arsenal 33. Well, Arsenal, having had a decent, sizable lead, now have City breathing down their necks. Every defeat, every drop points can feel so damaging. That's how... a lot of people saying the league is trash, and I get it, but there's also... The gap has been bridged, man. There are such high-quality players in every team capable of putting it on you. On paper, it looks like Chelsea in, 4th, Bournemouth in 12th. Does this look 4th versus 12th? Very even game. Mark Guiu, again, good endeavour. Can he at least win us a corner? He can't. It's been a pretty trash display from Mark Guiu as well. Again, Mark Guiu, Liam Delap, no. You're asking Enzo Maresca to turn water into wine here. Sorry, but you cannot have those two as your strikers. And João Pedro, I think everybody's finding out that might be preferring that number 10 position rather than a striker. But I'm still convinced that João Pedro and Cole Palmer will be our partnership for the rest of the season. It's going to happen at some point. Palmer is the 10 and João Pedro as our number 9. But as it stands, both players vying for that number 10 spot, but our number 9 options are nowhere near the levels. How many times have I mentioned Diakite on stream? He's had the most cushiest of games. Senesi still had to put himself about against Liam Delap. It's Semenyo! It's punched away! He tried to catch Rob Sanchez at the near post. Sanchez is the only player who deserves to keep a clean sheet for Chelsea. Semenyo has been pretty much non-existent in the last 5 or 10 minutes, but he turns it on a dime. Again, Fofana is nowhere near him. Brilliant effort there from Semenyo. Left foot thumper. That was destined for the top corner. Good save. Now the corner cleared away. Chelsea hanging on by a thread here. Tavernier had a big chance right at the start of the second half here. Here's the substitute, Adley. Chelsea defend well so far. Brooks on his left foot, thankfully offside. Brooks on that right hand side does pick up those pockets, can be very dangerous. 10 minutes remaining. Estevao-Willian hasn't gotten into the game. We're asking him far too much to do in a game where we have absolutely no control or possession. Enzo Maresca, do back you for a lot of the times. This was one you got to own probably. The game against Arsenal, top. Absolutely brilliant. But Leeds and Bournemouth are two red flags here. And nothing too crazy. He's still a very good manager. Need him to learn quicker on the job. Petrovic had saves to make in the second half, but all of them are pretty much non-threatening. The Pedro Neto shot where tried to just sneak it into the near post, the only threatening shot that we have had really. Cole Palmer started this match and it was a very forgetful return into the starting 11 for Cole Palmer. Malo Gusto has been good, but I think the 3 challenges he made in the box were just world class, man. Talk about risk and reward. It was brilliant. There are a lot of performances in the Chelsea lineup where you just want to raise your eyebrows and just shake your head unimpressed. You're not going to get a break, man. I mean, the games come thick and fast. I think we have Atalanta away in the Champions League midweek, if I'm not wrong. I mean, Caicedo's back for it, thankfully. Surely a handball. It's a yellow card. Tavernier has to pick up a yellow there, man. It's deliberate. It's extended away from him. Don't think the referee has given it. Shocking call, but we move. Joao Pedro, decent ball in. And Pedro Neto making that centre forward run from out to in. Trying to get some connection on it, but it was nowhere near the goal. At this point, Chelsea would be probably robbing 3 points. It was nowhere near. Pedro Neto, an A for effort in terms of trying to get there, but did the last touch come off the centre half hill? I don't think so. Well, the Chelsea attackers, terrible against Leeds, terrible against Bournemouth. The defense took a lot of flack for the game against Leeds, but it really did. I think that Tosin performance should never mask over the fact that our attackers, even though we got that first goal 10 minutes into the second half, we never looked like scoring. Palmer had that chance. Now looking back, you've seen that he's nowhere near the sharpness or the fitness there. Ooh, that's a heavy challenge there by Hill. How's that not a yellow card, man? He's gone clattering into Mark Guiu. And Mark Guiu having a intense cardio sesh by the looks of it, but nothing much in terms of effort. He had one which fell to his left foot, but don't really want to speak about that chance because he skied that over. Not even close. Chalobah, lovely switch attempt, but easily cleared. Gusto picks up the loose ball. Malo Gusto loses the ball in. Again, good play there from Wesley Fofana. You can see very aggressive. He's not allowing the forward to turn there. Because if the forward turns and Wesley Fofana is backpedaling, Bournemouth have the attack. Man, I'm almost eager to just say, let's just take the point, but I'm still hopeful like an idiot, man. Just a chance. Cucurella finds Joao Pedro nicely here. Cucurella making the overlap run. Joao Pedro, that is terrible, man. He's doing decent approach play, but the timing of his pass is so late and it's been poor. Here's Adley. Nobody's putting a challenge. He just looked to thread the pass there, the substitute. Again, Joao Pedro. Somebody said on Twitter, Joao Pedro plays like he's just trying to prove that he's Brazilian, and we get it, bro. It's true, man. It's so true because he has excellent touches. Close control is good. Just make the quick decision. You're a forward. You cannot be dwelling on the ball, and then when you do take your time, you cannot be that shocking with your passing. Said the same with Cole Palmer today. The number 10s have been shocking for us, and there's a reason why we've created absolutely nothing. Midfield has been poor as well. Enzo Fernandez still huffing and puffing. Mark Guiu, get out of here, man. Just terrible. And he'll pick up a yellow card. He's so bad. I mean, what are we doing here, man? We have to be... If Chelsea are a serious institution, in January, you have to address a few of. I mean, we cannot be heading into the crucial, post-January season. With these two as our strike options, they are not good enough. There's no one behind him. He has to just lay the ball off. We sacrificed. I don't like to do revisionism. Is that the right word? Yeah, against Nico Jackson, right? But Nico Jackson's hold-up play on its own is at a very high caliber. There's no disputing that. If you watch Nico Jackson for 90 minutes, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. His hold-up play, his link-up play is elite. And if you compare that to Mark Guiu and Liam Delap, we are not even talking the same player. The only reason that Liam Delap was bought was for his finishing prowesses. He scored 0 goals in 15 games. Yes, he's missed a few with his hamstring injury, but he's not scoring goals. And if he doesn't offer you anything remotely close to the hold-up play of Nico Jackson, I say Chelsea, if you're not going to mend ways with Nico Jackson. I think Jackson's head would have been very turned off by Chelsea. But, if you look at it positively, you've got an opportunity to go to Bayern Munich. It's good for you. That is a definite step up. He's not played for Bayern Munich, so he's definitely going to leave. Enzo Maresca, Chelsea, Nico Jackson. It can't be worse. Yes, he's going to miss chances. He's not clinical. He got double digits in the first season. Did he get double digits last season, or did he get 9 or 10 goals? Either way, between Mark Guiu and Liam Delap, are we getting 10 goals in the league between them? No. And Jackson at his worst gives you 10 Premier League goals. And he's got link-up history with Cole Palmer. That was a shocking decision in the summer. I did not believe it. It's not a hindsight thing. I've said this before. You can probably dig it up from one of the videos that I made, that just try and patch it up. It was a 6-month rocky period. Yes, they said that Jackson, he had those red cards that went against him, and the game against Newcastle and probably against, was it Flamengo in the Club World Cup, that it soured relation. But Nico Jackson left, Chelsea kept picking red cards, so it's not a Jackson problem too, so get that right. The game has been, at least against Leeds played some good direct stuff. This game has been you want to put your neutral hat and say that it's been a good game. It's been a terrible game of football, man. What a waste of a Saturday night. Oh my goodness, Pedro Neto, by luck rather than judgment, somehow finds Mark Guiu, who finds Fernandes. Enzo Fernandez goes for the strike. The cheek on him to take a shot from distance after the game he's had. You're the experienced player, the vice captain supposedly, and that's the decision making? Sorry. Good strike, but geez, man. We're dying for some composure in the final third. None of them have showed it. The final whistle would be nice. But at this stage, yep, we take a point. Can't be greedy and say we deserve all 3. We don't. We absolutely don't. Oh, Wesley Fofana, please be careful. He takes such big chances. He goes lunging in. It's a very awkward land. I really hope he's okay. I know that's Wesley Fofana. Just throws himself in harm's way. Thankfully, his arms are strong to almost do a handstand there to absorb his weight. Thankfully, Fofana's okay. And look, there have been very few positives, but looks like another 90 minutes completed for Wesley Fofana. Back into fitness. As I mentioned before, Chelsea defensively, for all the faults that we have shown, we are a better defensive outfit with Wesley Fofana in our side. Remember last season we had Levi Colvin and Wesley Fofana. Our defense was excellent. Fofana got injured. Defense went south. Now Levi Colville is out for the season. Now Fofana needs to carry the load here. Again, Estevan Willian, that's his second touch he's had. Again, this is on Maresca, man. Expecting an impact from Estevan Willian. You give him poverty minutes in this match. We'll wait and see. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Cucurella goes on the outside. Somehow finds Fernandez. He wanted to find Estevao, but he was nowhere near it. Here's Cucurella. Please try and find the more talented players. It's Gusto on the right-hand side. Our fullbacks are getting touches, but we need our attackers. We're into 5 minutes of stoppage time. Chelsea would be stealing the points if we get anything better. Enzo Fernandez tries to feed that to Mark Guiu. There's no way that's sticking. Here's Adley. Brushed away by Reece James, but unfairly, according to the referee. Good work there from the substitute, just shielding the ball. Knows that any sort of contact. Seems to be a yellow card. I think this is the first yellow card Chelsea have picked up in this match. It's for Reece James. Yep, clear foul there by the skipper. Can have no complaints. With 4 minutes of stoppage time remain, Chelsea just need to escape the Vitality Stadium with a point here. It's been shocking. Players, manager, another forgetful performance, and since the turn of the year, we've picked up 2 points out of a possible 9. I say 2, we could very easily lose it here because the game is left open. We have left the game open. Bournemouth need one good chance. We saw Aston Villa put the late dagger against the league leaders Arsenal. Will Bournemouth do the same to Chelsea? Cleared away by Fofana. Oh, that's right. Guiu got a yellow card as well. It's only real contribution in the match. Monish, I know you always back Mark Guiu, right? You see the effort and you want him to do well. I want him to do well, but no, man, you got to let it go. There's a reason why it was a €5 million signing from Barcelona. Imagine Barcelona won't let go of their excellent players like this one. Again, he's an effort player. Closes people down, but these are just bare minimum things that we are. Look at the strikers in the league and compare that to ours. And Liam Delap is, they say he's got high IQ, but he chose to take the number 9 jersey. That's on you, bro. You know the number 9 jersey is cursed. Don't think that you have the ego and the cheek to say, I'm going to break that curse. Man, better players than you have tried and failed. Just pick an anonymous number. Things might have changed. That has been the curse of the number 9 jersey. Here's Joao Pedro. And talking about everything except the football here. That's how drastically poor it has been. Oh, Estevao Willian. Again, you want him to be in the inside pockets. He's hugging the touchline on the right-hand side, man. Enzo Maresca can have no complaints. I know he tried to look himself in the mirror after Leeds and decided the beard had to go. But the clean-shaven look hasn't worked either. Terrible, man. Reece James scored a last-gasp equalizer against Bournemouth, that time at home, from a free kick to salvage a point. Someone for Chelsea going to do something similar and break Bournemouth hearts. Reece James, oh, you're on a yellow card, my friend. It's not a foul, lucky for him. Estevao tries to win the challenge. If that was a foul, Chelsea's evening would have worsened if Reece James would miss time out. No Caicedo, no Reece James. Goodness me, I shudder to think about that. Chelsea, no urgency, man. Don't deserve anything. Enzo Fernandez. Decent pass there for Marc Cucurella. Again, far too late here. 1 minute of stoppage time remain. Decent ball in. Estevao was stealing at the back post, but Tavernier clears. Chalobah, please don't make a mistake. Now is not the time. He does well. Sanchez, very calm. Keeps the ball. Gives Chelsea one last chance to possibly fashion an opportunity. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Again, there's no movement. That is the worst pass you'll ever see from Enzo Fernandez. Chalobah is strong and he's composed, thankfully. He's done very well. Chelsea somehow have an opportunity. Pedro Neto, Cucurella forward. Cleared away by Scott. Will be a throw-in for Chelsea. Surely the last action in what has been a terrible game. Chelsea might escape with a point here at the Vitality Stadium, but don't deserve any more. But the fan in me wants that goal some way, somehow. Cucurella put the ball in the box. It's James. Can he do it again? Towards the far stick. Cleared away. Malo Gusto trying to keep it alive. But the referee blows the full-time whistle. Chelsea cannot capitalize after Bournemouth's terrible run of form heading into this game. This is a very good point for Andoni Iraola and Bournemouth, but they could have very easily had all 3 points. They created the better opportunities throughout the match. Chelsea absolutely limp going forward, doing very, very little to warrant the points. Rob Sanchez, a massive reason as to why we kept the clean sheet today. Other than that, players have to have a long, hard look at themselves. The manager really letting us down as well with his curious decisions on the pitch in terms of not managing the game, not having anything in terms of creating problems for Bournemouth, and from the substitutes' point of view, extremely disappointing. Well, it's been a December of hell, really. And what is it about Chelsea and December? It is Charity FC in full force as we give Bournemouth a bit of encouragement heading into their next fixtures. Well, after match week 15, we still somehow find ourselves in 4th position, but we are 5 points behind Aston Villa, 6 behind Manchester City, and 8 behind Arsenal. It is really poor. Chelsea's away struggles continue. Full time at the Vitality Stadium, though.